Hey y'all, it's Taryn. It is Saturday, August 2nd. Yeah, it's been a hot minute. And to be honest, I actually thought that I had recorded some stuff, but when I went back and looked, apparently I just dreamed it. So here we are. Um, I won't get all caught up today, but I'll at least do some stuff. It's late. Well, in my world, it's late. It's like 9:30 at night. Um, that's like 30 minutes past my bedtime, y'all. Anyway, today we went and babysat Ryan while Jacob was working, and Addison unfortunately had to go to a celebration of life. So we went and watched Ryan, and we played him hard. He looked pretty tired when we left. As soon as his dad got home, um, he told us bye and was blowing kisses. So I guess my dad's here. Your job is done. I don't know. It's hysterical. But hold on. Okay. I think I did that right. I needed something. Anyway, I have been stitching. We've been busy at work. Dax's birthday was in July. Oh, dang it. There was something else I wanted to show you, and I left it in the house. But since I'm not getting all caught up right now, only a little bit, I'll bring it when I come back out here again. Anyway, Dax's birthday was July 16th. He turned 55. And we went to Schlitterbahn, and it was fun. We only did one half of it because it was too hard to get to the other half. So we just stayed where we were in the one half. Kirsten went and Addison went. She took Ryan to school. We didn't figure that he would have a lot of fun being out in the hot and not being able to take a nap and all of that stuff. But we had fun. I only got sunburned. I peeled just a little tiny bit on this shoulder, but mostly on the top of my head was where I got sunburned. What else? I don't know. Anyway, I have been stitching. I did start the birth announcement. I guess it's an announcement. I don't know. For Hallie, when she gets here, I'm going to change it up a little bit. I'm not putting new baby up here, and I'm not going to put this stuff on the drawers because, quite frankly, like that, I think it looks like 35001. I will put it all up here somewhere. I'll find a font and put that information up there. But I did get it started because goodness knows I need to. It's not a huge start. We are, can you even see it? It's just this little bit through here, which obviously is on the dresser because that's what most of it is. Dresser, hutch, whatever it is. I am doing this on, wait, I have the little piece of paper in here that tells me. It is Picture This Plus Crystal Sorbet and a 14 count. So I think you can see all of this sparkle in there. So I did get that started. I am going to need to work hard on it. That's why it was up here with things that can't be put away because they need to be worked on. I had bought something for her stocking before, but I decided against it because it was like a full-size stocking, and I just want a little one for now until we see their personalities, and I'll make her and Ryan both bigger real stockings. So I ordered this one. It's a kit from sometime in the 80s, I think. It was unopened. I bought it on eBay. You can see where the needle has rested in place. But there, not big at all. So I've got to get that one started. I don't know if I'm going to put First Christmas here or not. I have not decided on that part, but I've got time. Good time. Obviously not prepared. Out of Sullivan's Quilt for All Seasons, for July's quilt, which looks like this. When I started off, I had just this flag done. That's all. And don't worry, it's not like I'm, oh, look, and I finished it. But here's where I ended off the month. Sorry. And I'm just doing this on 18 count white Aida. That is kind of my go-to. It's easy. So anyway, here's where we are. This up here, that's the top. So I worked my way up to the top, and now I'm trying to come down. And I was putting stuff here in the house because I could get in big chunks of color instead of all the confetti. And then today I did work on August, which looks like this. Again, I still think I need a quilt for each one of these. And here is where I've gotten to on it. I had these two flowers and the little leaves done, and I worked my way up with ecru to this shutter. I'm not all the way to the top of that shutter, but it's this one right here. Let's see what else. I'll just look at a few of these things before I have to go to bed. The Sweet Stitching July, I finished. Hooray! I did not go back and outline Uncle Sam's face because once you get the other colors in, I thought it looked okay. But I did change like these little, I was going to call them snowflakes, but they're really not. But they were in white, so I did them in blue. This blue that's here. So that they would show up. And then the August, this is the August Sweet Stitching. It's pretty cute. It makes me think Biscornu. But here is where I am on it. I got it started. It's been fun to work on. It was funny because when we were headed over there today, Dax was saying that he did not have the energy today. And when we were going to their apartment, they live on the 3rd floor, and we were walking up the stairs, and he's like, because he went to the gym this morning, and he's like, oh God, I can't do this. Today was leg day. So he was just wiped out. Him and Ryan both. We played hard. I worked on Earth Dancer. This is a Butternut Road pattern. I always want to call it Earth Spirit. Maybe that's what they should have named it. This is on my list of 20. It will not be done this year. I think that's what I've said about pretty much all of them. Oh, sorry. It is on a 28 count mushroom Lugana, I think. I don't remember. But here we are. We had to be at the office early on the day that I worked on this. So really all I did was get this pot filled in, and because it was all empty here in the middle, I got that filled in and started. It goes up a little bit higher. But I think it looks pretty good. It really needs more love and affection, just like all the other ones that I have. I have not counted my whips still. I'm not sure I want to know. From Cows and More Cows, I worked on this American Gothic. Isn't that the name of that artwork with the farmer and his wife? Anyway, here's where we are. I have these few stitches down here at the bottom for to finish up the blue in his overalls, but as you can see, my hoop came right. It was too close, so I'll do those in hand. And then I came up here and worked on some of the greenery around this little barn, and this is pink from his ear right there. So I just didn't want to go work on some more brown. I know. It's all got to be done, but I didn't feel like it on the day I worked on it. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure those won't fall. From Homespun Elegance, I worked on Autumn Pear. It says Autumn Pear So Fair. I just call it Autumn Pear. And I'm using DMC. It calls for fancy floss, and I'm using DMC. So there are a lot of blends. And when I pulled it out and started working on it, I had a few rows here. And I started stitching, not with the blend, with the color that I thought it was, that I thought matched. And I did a couple of rows, and I was like, that is not the same color. And so I pulled out the other color for the blend. That didn't match. So I ripped all of it out back down to here and started over with the blend. So I was like to here, ripped it out, and then started over and got to there. I was determined to get ahead of where I left off. Like, I left and went and did stuff and then came out that night to work on it some more, whatever day I worked on it. None of the stuff I show you is in order, ever. Ever. So, anyway, at least eventually there was forward progress. This stuff is going to fall. I know it is. I was working on something a while back. I've been having, I guess what you would call glitch in the matrix moments. Like, I was working on it, and then 2 bobbins of floss gone. Just gone. I didn't get up. I didn't go anywhere. I emptied everything out of the bag. I've looked everywhere. Gone. I have no idea where they are. And the same thing happened. I used this little magnetic board, and these come with brown magnets. I don't even think they make these anymore, but they come with long, thin brown magnets where you can put it where you're stitching. I'm sitting here working on it, and then the magnet's gone. I haven't found it. I still haven't found it. It's been weeks. I ordered some. This comes in long strips. I ordered off of Amazon. Here's the other half. I cut the strip down. I mean, it's this long when they come. You get the point. Right? They come in strips that long. I cut it down. I still haven't found the other one. I don't know what's going on out here, but I don't like it. Out of Texana, a cowboy collection, I'm working on this one. Merry Christmas. This was in a box of goodies that Sherry Smith sent to me. And here is where I am at. She has a an Etsy shop, and she posts stuff on Facebook all the time. And she knocks out some stitching, and she sells a lot of what she does, probably because she's so fast that she couldn't put any of it in her house, or all of it. Anyway, I think I had just like CHR and maybe the M, I don't know, but I just worked my way around, just going wherever it takes me. I have not counted my whips in quite some time, but I've been pretty good about not buying new stuff, kind of. I'm trying to find the picture on the next one. I'm trying not to make a mess here, I'm sorry. I worked on Hello Lovely. It's a stamped cross-stitch kit, cross-stitch and embroidery. It's on my list of 20, but I'm kind of struggling with it because in some spots it's hard to tell where the cross-stitch is. But here's where we are. I think this time, I know I put in the leaves. I back stitched a bunch of this. I think I came over and put in this color where it goes over in here. It's hard because like if you have a half cross, it can really mess you up on where those other crosses are. I find it much easier to stitch on, you know, cross stitch fabric than to do stamped cross stitch. This kind, the kind that they do that's like on Ada, isn't so bad. I see other project bags and I'm like, ooh, did I work on that since last time or not? I don't know. I worked on this, I think it's called Ruffled Feathers. It's a Janlin pattern. I call it Rooster Pin because why would I call it the actual name that it is? So this time you can't even hardly see what I worked on because it's like I got this chicken's head filled in mostly down to here. And then I was just keeping the color that I had on my needle and coming down. But it's like in a super, I think there's 2 shades of gray there. And got the tail filled in over here. So anyway, I probably need to come in here at the top and do some of the back stitching. And I know that's a huge needle minder, but he's very light. He doesn't weigh it down any, and I can resist because it makes me laugh. So I felt like he was perfect. I'm trying to figure out what's in stuff. From the Keepsake Cross Stitch Calendar from 2017, I'm working on this Paisley Pumpkins. Shelly at It's Only Stitching and I are doing a stitch along. If you want to stitch something from that calendar, I think we have a hashtag that's Keepsake Calendar 2017 South. I wouldn't swear to that, and I bet Shelly doesn't remember either because we are both awesome like that. And quite frankly, I'm not very active on Instagram, but if you want to put that hashtag in, I'll look it up sometime. But join us. If you ever wanted like the most relaxed stitch along in the world, we're it. Although Shelly's been knocking out the finishes, so here is where I'm at. I think this time I just worked, this last time that I worked on it, I think I just worked getting this in. I had some stuff I had to pull out and then put back in. Story of my life. Pull it out, put it back in. Get it right. It took me a long time to figure out where I was off, but eventually I did. Dax and I have been, it's been a struggle around here. He was working on the old Suburban, because we have more than one. It looks like a broken down car lot here. But he was working on it because, quite frankly, it's a Suburban we bought after the kids were born, because Dax drove a little Sunfire and I drove a truck, a pickup, not an 18-wheeler. So really there wasn't a lot of room for 4 car seats. So we got rid of both of those vehicles and bought a Suburban. It has less miles on it than any of the other vehicles that we have, but there's something wrong with it. It won't stay running. So he was out there working on it and pushed something back in place and cut his thumb like here down through the nail right here. It was awful. And then a few days later, I was stepping over some paperwork at the office, and I took some prints out of the frames, and Kirsten does glass painting, which I can't even wrap my head around it because you have to paint everything in reverse, right? You've got to put the layer that you would see first down and then, work your way out to the background stuff. And it doesn't work that way. But I kept the glass out of those for her, and I was stepping over some paperwork, and you know how it is where you think you're going to step this far, but you have to step farther, and kind of lost my balance and rubbed my toes because I'm the worst about not wearing shoes. Even at the office, I get there and take my shoes off. And so I rubbed my toes across that and cut the tops of my three of my toes. They still haven't healed. One of them still hurts quite a bit because it was the one that got cut the worst. But yeah. And I'm just like, wait, what? Why? So we're just having to calm down. Take it easy. But we're both doing better. Okay, I worked on tumbleweeds. This one is the Journey. I believe this was the first one. I have all of them going. Here is where I got to on this one. I filled in all the way across these top 2 colors on the border. I filled in some of this black, a lot of this green, and then came back in with this kind of terracotta color and was working on it. I have, this is fabric that I dye myself. It's an 18 count. I dyed it and then coffee tea stained it. I have all of them going on this one piece of fabric. So here's other ones that are in this collection. So, and some of them I'm using called for. Some of it I've picked stuff that I think is close, where there are things that I want the variegation. I found something that's kind of close. So, let's see where this one's out of. Out of Cross Stitcher magazine from September 2016. I call it Days of Gold. I don't actually know if that's the name of the chart or not. I've discovered I have a habit of calling them whatever I want to. But it's on my list of 20, y'all. It and everything else. But here we are. This time I did a little bit more of this blue because this is all going to be filled in with this blue in the background. I got all of the points on the star done. Started these little flowers right here. There are two more up here. I got one of the pink colors in. I'm sorry, it keeps auto adjusting and I don't know how to fix that. But anyway, here we are. I'm doing this 1/1 on a 28 count Alma Gray Mist. I wish somebody would talk me out of that, but here we are. This is in a Snoopy project bag that I made. Okay, this will be the last one for now. We'll cover more tomorrow before I start yawning. So, out of Across Stitch Christmas, I think this one, Joyful Tidings, I think this one's from 2017. It's full of great things. I mean, I should just, yeah, 2017. I am doing this stocking for Jacob. It's Jacob's stocking. And I'm doing it in blue because that's his favorite color. But here I am. I got this ornament finished and started on a different one. But I am absolutely, I just love the way that looks. So that is this one right here. And then this is what I've started on, this bow up here. So I love it. Maybe I'll keep it and Jacob won't get it. Okay. I've got a pile going here. I did get today in the mail from my swap partner for the table runners that I showed you that she made me. I got a box today from her, which I haven't thanked her for it yet because the email that she has for me is harder for me to get to on my phone. It takes it forever to load anything new and all that stuff. Mostly I get on it at the office, so I will thank her on Monday. She sent me a big bag of treats for the cats and several cross-stitch patterns. She had told me when she sent this stuff that she had other stuff that hadn't come in or she couldn't find it. I don't know which one is which because I can never find one. I will be looking for something and I'll be like, oh, hey, kids, by the way, here's this Christmas gift from 3 years ago. I told you I had it. I just found it. But anyway, I told her it was not necessary to send me another thing. I love the table runner. She had other goodies in there. I'm still looking for, because she sent me one of those mesh bags, and Kirsten said it needs a bunny on it. So I'm still looking for the right pattern to put a bunny on it. And I was thrilled with what I got. She didn't need to send anything else, but she did. I'm going to consider it a birthday present because my birthday's later this week. I told you Dax turned 55. I am older than him. So he said to one of the kids a week or so ago, he's like, yeah, well, your mom's going to be 60 soon. And it's not a lie. Not this year. I won't be 60 this year. What he says is true, but I was like, do not say that. Do not speak that out loud. I'm not ready to be 60. I still have another year to prepare. Anyway, I'm going to consider it a birthday gift. So, like this cute, how nice is that? I'd like to be sitting in those chairs out on that lake. Isn't that lovely? And it's a kit. It's got everything in there, dimensions. This cute little monogram kit. And it's, again, it's a kit. It's got everything in there. Isn't that cute, the little flowers? And look at this. How cute. She has a black cat named Percy. But look at this. I may have to do both of them because it's freaking adorable. And it's got the buttons in there. So cute. I may have to do one and send it back to her. I was hoping that she used this pattern to make her own and then send it to me. But with the buttons in there, I'm afraid she didn't. So I may need to do it for her. We have a black cat also. Her name is Toothless. She has teeth, but it's from How to Tame Your Dragon because Kirsten loves that movie. And Toothless is, for the most part, her cat. She goes and hangs out with her. Okay. That's all we're going to do for now. Here's really my only haul, I think. I had to buy more bobbins. I bobbinate. Hanging thread makes me a little bit crazy. I couldn't have all of my floss that way. But for my Paula Vaughn quilts for all seasons, here's my box. It's getting pretty full. Like you can see, I can probably fit a couple of here and maybe one there, but it's getting pretty full. And y'all, I haven't bobbinated all of these yet. And I haven't bought all of them yet. I think I've got through the 800s. So I still have more to buy. So I think it's time to pull out a new box. Okay, that's it for now. Maybe I'll try to be back tomorrow. They're coming over tomorrow, Addison and Jacob and Ryan. Addison and Dax watch Big Brother, and they are way behind. And she's been coming over, like last weekend, she came over early, before like lunch and Ryan's nap and everything, so that he could nap here and they could watch while he was napping. Although, joke's on them, he didn't nap last week when he was here. Actually, bless his heart, he was tired. I don't know why he wouldn't nap. So it was awful, but I sat in there and held him, and he slept for a little while on me. Yeah. Ooh, yuck. Yuck. Cuddling the grandbaby. Who wants to do that? Ooh. We all know I loved every minute of it. Okay. But I will try to be back tomorrow, probably tomorrow evening, to show you what else is over here, and maybe I can get caught up and get back onto a routine. Back onto, yeah, I can't get into a routine, so maybe I'll try to do that. Anyway, see you in a second. Okay, y'all, it is Sunday, August 3rd. Look, 2 days in a row. I came out here earlier because I had a few minutes, and I was like, okay, I'll finish going through my tub that I keep what I've worked on in and all of that real quick, and realized that I guess I did show you everything. I don't know. It's been too long and I'm so confused. But I could have sworn I've shown you what was left in the tub. I think I just didn't put it away. And apparently I was too lazy to go look at my last Flosstube and find out. So all I'm going to show you now is what I worked on today, which is Fancy That Santa. Folk Art Santa and Tree is what it's called. I call it Fancy That Santa. And here is where we are. Before I had in the hat and a little hard pom-pom thing on top. So I put in his face. It's hard to tell. There's white on the hat, and then like his beard and stuff is ecru. So we're comparing white and ecru. But anyway, his beard still has a little bit more to come down, but that's where we're stopping today. Ryan just took his parents home, and I'm exhausted. For a while now, I've been waking up in the middle of the night, and this morning, waking up early in the morning, this morning, I looked at the clock to see what time it actually was because I was wide awake, and I knew if I laid there, it was going to take a while to try to go back to sleep, and it was 4:37, and I'd already been awake for a while, and I'm like, because my alarm goes off at 5, I'm like, if I lay here and try to fall back asleep, I'm going to do it just in time for my alarm to go off. And for whatever reason, I was up late last night, like 11:30 or 12, I don't know. So I am tired. So I'm probably just going to go take a shower and put on my jammies and go to bed. I am trying really hard to be consistent. I really am. I worked really hard today. I thought Addison and them were going to come over earlier. Last week they did come over earlier in the day, like 11. And so I worked really hard, ran around like a crazy person this morning, trying to make sure I got all my chores done, like mopping the floor and all of that stuff. And I got everything done, and then they didn't get here till like 4. So, but I got a lot done because I did extra stuff because I still had time and I was trying to be good. So that includes Flosstube. I'm trying to be good for Flosstube. I really just wanted to go take a shower and go to bed, and I was like, you know what? You only have to talk about one thing. So here we are. So all of that to say, I'm going to try really hard to be back here tomorrow. Fingers crossed. All right. See you in a second. All righty then. It is Monday, August 4th. Look at that. Back again already. I know. It's amazing. Okay. Today I worked on this one. Be Mine. LipPointDecroy.com. I actually thought I got it on Etsy, but who knows? Anyway, today I worked mostly on his little jacket, and it doesn't look like very much because I did quite a bit of it twice because I got off somewhere and just made a mess of trying to fix it, so I pulled it all out and did it again. I just confused myself. But anyway, I do need to get up there and do some more back stitching up in here instead of saving it all for the end, and because they'd look better if I did. So that is what I worked on today. I got my monthly mini village for September. That's pretty cute. I still haven't finished January. It's fine. It's fine. And I ordered from Kate's Crafting Corner. If you watch her, she made some of these, and I just stalked her Etsy page, and I think it's still Kate's Crafting Corner. I think it's what it still is on Etsy. But look at this chicken. Oh my God. It's so ridiculous. I love it. I absolutely love it. It is so cute. That little beak. Look at that. It's got attitude in that beak, I'm telling you. So anyway, she has different colors. This is the one I picked. If I put it in my tiered tray, it's kind of dark over there, so I felt like this one would show up good. It's so adorable. And then, because this has just been sitting sewn together but not stuffed, I stuffed it this morning. I have some feather charms that I'm going to put on it, but I can't find... I have a whole box of different colors of the light bulb pins around here somewhere. I just had them in my hot little hands not too long ago, and now I can't find them. But because of course. So looky there, I FF'd something this morning. It didn't take much effort, but I did it. I didn't stuff it real full. I wanted it kind of flat for this one. Some of them I stuffed really full, but there you go. And I made bread tonight when I got home. It's a sourdough bread. We'll taste it tomorrow. And you make it in a cast iron Dutch oven. It smells really good. I added some Italian spices, Italian seasoning blend, because I wanted to. And it really smells good. Hopefully it tastes really good. If it does, then I'll put a link down below where you can go find the recipe, watch her, whatever. It's Pam something. All I can think of is Pam's Crafty Corner, and that is not it. It's a cooking channel. Anyway, if it's good, I'll show it. I'll put the link in. It all you use is self-rising flour and plain kefir, and you mix it together and you let it do its thing. Put it in the refrigerator and let it do its thing, and then you go through the steps in the Dutch oven, but cook it in the Dutch oven and everything. So I'm hoping it turns out good. Anyway, that is all I have for now. So I guess hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, y'all, it is Tuesday, August 5th. I'm sorry, I'm distracted by how frizzy my hair is. Oof. Anyway, look, I'm back again. This might be a record. I'm not sure. Anyway, today I had a new start. I've started Summer? Is that the one I've started by? I don't know. I don't remember. I might have started two different ones. Spring and summer or something. I don't know. Anyway, I got the R and half the E done. And this fabric, I bought it from McKenna at 1884 Stitchery. I wanted to do a Halloween thing on it, but I didn't. Somebody else bought the Halloween pattern that I thought it would be perfect for, but I guess that happened because it would be perfect for this one. So it was happy. I was going to say coincidence, but it wasn't really a coincidence. So I don't know. This is by JU Designs. It's Midnight Ride. It's pretty cool looking fabric. And really, I should have a whole bunch left. Because, like, I think this might take up this much. So, anyway, that's what I did today. Tomorrow, it's my birthday. I made a reservation for lunch at Fogo de Chao in San Antonio. So we're going to go do that. Probably stop and have a drink somewhere. I don't know. The big 5'9". Ooh. So, we're not going into the office before that, so I should be able to get some stitching done beforehand. My cat woke me up at about 3:30 this morning, and at 4 o'clock I was still laying there wide awake, so I got up. It's like 9:30 at night right now. I need to go put away the leftovers from dinner and all of that stuff and go to bed. I'm very tired. So, I don't think there's anything else exciting from today, so see you tomorrow. Okay, we're back. And we've ruined our streak. It's Thursday, August 7th. But we went to San Antonio for my birthday yesterday. And ate too much, drank too much, and got home too late. And then we were all mostly useless today at the office. That's not true. We did get stuff done, but we were all dragging. But this morning I worked on the Alamo from Art Ventures. I've collected a few Art Ventures pieces from around Texas, and here's where I got to. A lot of it's hard to see because I was doing a lot of stitching in ecru and white and stuff like that, but just filling in, just moving along and filling in. Yeah, we went by the Alamo, and the Daughters of Texas turned the Alamo over to the state parks department, so they are like redoing the whole plaza, and where things stand right now, I feel like they've made the Alamo the least important part of Alamo Plaza, but nobody asked me what I think, so I don't think they care. But, oh well. Anyway, I remember the Alamo. Okay, and that's it for now. Nothing super exciting going on, so it's all good. I was trying to think if there was anything else, but there isn't. That's it for now. So I'll be back tomorrow, hopefully. See you in a sec. Okay, it is Friday, August 8th. So today I worked on, out of the Paula Vaughn quilts for all season, the August quilt. Make sure I got this the right way. And so today, this is what I got done. This is as high up as the shutter on the window goes in this color. So I think there's two different colors to fill in there. So I got that done, and then I came down here and I put in some more leaves and part of the flower here. I want to keep working on it tonight. It's about 9 o'clock. I could work on it for a little while longer, push my bedtime back a little bit, but I really need to put some time into Hallie's birth announcement thing. Is that what you call it, I guess? A birth announcement? No, this. I need to put some time in on this. So, that's probably what I'll do for a little bit here. Because, let's see. I need to put in about 175 stitches a day to have it done by December when she's due. I haven't worked on it this week, so I'm a little behind, so I really need to do that, huh? Okay. I will not be back tonight to show you what I do, but I should be back tomorrow. All right. Back in a sec. Okay. We're back. It is actually Saturday, August 9th, if you can believe it. So, worked on this. Hallie's birth announcement, I guess. I almost said birth certificate, but it's certainly not that. I don't even know if you can tell anything I've done a little bit. This is part of the dresser. Ooh. I dropped it on the floor. Up here. It's this part around the drawer here. So there you go. It's hard to tell. It is so close to the color here. But I worked on, because this is stitched on white, this right here is not stitched in. But I took white floss and started on it. I think I did like this one, and this one. And then I realized that one row of shadowing, I stitched where it should be. So, as you can see, there's no white on there because I had to pull it all out. It's going to be hard to finish the project at that pace if I pull out what I just put in. So, I wasn't thrilled. I'm going to blame it on Stacy at Bluebird Paper and Thread. I think that's right. Because she was talking about, I'm way behind. I'm way behind in her videos. Like I'm in February. About having to frog so much. And so apparently I felt, FOMO or something. I don't know. I don't like it. And I worked on my August sweet stitching. And I got it done. The white's a little bit hard to see on there. That's better. I really like it. The colors are much more vibrant than they're showing up on here. There's this cute little border that goes around it, but I'm going to finish this into a pillow, and I am not going to try to keep that cute little border straight and stuff in a pillow and all of that, so I just left it off because I'm quite happy with this. I love, this is a really aqua kind of blue with the red and the yellow, and I just love all those colors together. So I did at least get a finish, even if I had to pull out everything on the other one. So that's what I managed to accomplish today. I mean, I did dishes and cooked dinner and did laundry and stuff, but this was all the fun stuff I got done today. So I will be back tomorrow to let you see how things go then. Thanks, y'all. Okay, it is Sunday. What is today's date? August 10th. This is like a record. I know I missed on Wednesday, but this has got to be a record for the number of times recording in 1 week. 1 week. Anyway, Today I worked on, I just call it jelly cabinet, but I'm doing this one. And here is where I'm at. Today I got all of this brown in here. I started on this doll and discovered that I am one row too short. I am not ripping all of this out. This one doll is going to be a little bit squattier, but I'll adjust everything else. I can just let it be one row closer to the top, I think. Anyway, I'm not pulling it all out. But, so I put in all that brown. There's a little bit of color here and here for the dolls. I got this square done and this square done and did the blue and some of that for the quilt that's hanging over the jelly cabinet. I also, you can't really see it, there's a little candle right there, the base isn't in yet. And then put in this, I think those are going to be like books stacked up, but I don't really know. Anyway, I felt like I got quite a bit of stitching done on it, so that was fun. This fabric was a blue and white lined fabric, and I dipped it in coffee to tone it down a little bit because I'm not going to stitch the stripes on the wall, but that means I have to stitch in down here on the floor. I'm going to have to pick like a nice, maybe ecru, I don't know, but stitch down here on the floor so that my stripes don't show through. So really, I cost myself more work. Oh well. See, I didn't tell y'all yesterday. I was out here, washed my hands, and picked up the towel to dry them off with, and got stung by a scorpion on my finger. It swelled all up and everything, but I didn't even have to take any Benadryl. So it didn't get me good, but the worst part is I didn't find it. I just felt the pain immediately. So that was no fun. Wednesday, I tripped and scraped up my knee. Only my left knee. Mostly there's no skin left on that top layer of skin right there. For all of it covering my kneecap is gone. It looks ridiculous, but hey. So I feel like 59's got to get better than this. I'm not liking it. Friday, Kirsten and I went to, it used to be the Country Peddler Show. Now it's just the Peddler Show in New Braunfels. And I bought this little crocheted bee. It's meant to go like on a keychain, but I'm going to put it on a pair of scissors. How stinking cute is that? Are you kidding me? Look at those little tiny wings. It is so cute. She was making some still too while we were there, but it's adorable. So I had to show you that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else fun. Oh, I did get this made. When I did the table runner, I'm going to make a round one to put on my, not a table runner, a topper to put on my Lazy Susan to put those on stuff. So I did get one of those made. That's going to be a while at this rate, but it's good. It's all good. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I don't think so. I'm probably going to wrap this up, and if I remember, take this tomorrow up to the office and put it all together and publish it, whatever you call it. Tuesday, if I don't remember to do it tomorrow, it'll be Wednesday before I do, because Tuesday, Addison at school, they have in-service, so the kids won't be there, so Dang it. I've got to go babysit Ryan all day instead of going to work. So upset. Anyway, I guess that's all. Um, Thanks for tuning in and watching. I appreciate it. Thanks for the likes and comments and subscriptions. I appreciate it all more than you know. Okay. See you next time. Thanks, y'all. Bye.